had a 4-year hustle plan that was the bomb. I would go to school in the daytime, and I would pay for it at night.
Excuse me, can I get some service?
Everything was cool.
See you tomorrow?
In class. At least until I met Trix and Ronnie.
Hey, how much money you make working here?
I make enough.
Use what God gave you.
Stop messing with this chump change.
Where y'all dance at?
The Players Club.
The Players Club was owned by this lowlife named Dollar Bill.
I'm Dollar Bill!
And his sleazy sidekick, Little Man.
Have anybody ever told you you look just like the father from Good Times?
The money was fast and easy, and I needed it.
What's up, new booty? How you doing?
The only good thing in the place was the DJ.
I was thinking, though, that maybe that I could, get your number or something.
So where you taking my little girl tonight?
Just to the movies and then right back home, Mr. Armstrong.
But I had no idea.
People at school got something to say.
Word on the streets that you out there dancing butt naked at the Players Club.
How bad things could get.
We tired of planning, but today you gonna die.
I'm sick of this place.
New Line Cinema presents.
Starting to smell like Aqua Boogie.
Start the music.
Jamie Foxx.
We got Luke in the house. What's up, Luke? What's up, man? Luke and the Two Little Crew.
Lisa Ray.
You and your daddy.
Ice Cube. Crystal Wilson.
I'm just trying to turn you on to some game.
Bernie Mac. And AJ Johnson.
Y'all tripping, man. My neck is hurt. Fellas, we got covered to the stage. We got a veteran. She started out dancing in the late 1800s. Give it up for Trick.
The Players Club.
Make the money. Don't let it make you.
Everybody likes when the girl shakes something. Don't pull nothing. Give me that groove, fool. It's a full-time jack move. Same eyes, more liquor, make the black move. And I tell when Tom, Dick, and Hank, who bought 8 ball, you got gang. And here's how we'll greet ya. Pass your brew first time we meet ya. You feel dumb cause you didn't know. Ice Cube don't drink that other beer no more. Drink some and you won't change back. You say, I ain't never drunk a beer like that. You believe not guilty, the filthy devils tried to kill me. When the news get to the hood, the niggas will be out of in cayenne pepper, cuss, bust, kicking up dust is a must. I can't trust a cracker in a blue uniform, stick a nigga like a unicorn, born wicked, Lawrence, pow, bow, cut his damn throat and I smile. You can get with that, or you can get with this.
And this, what you have is a common enemy. And, everybody hates the police. I mean, we have white people that hate the police, man. I mean, pretty soon it's not going to be the police, it's going to be the government. And, that's when we're going to have, the real jump on.
I had this song, Boys in the Hood, that I wrote for Eazy's group. He had a group called HBO. They was out of Queens, called Homeboys Only. And I wrote the song Boys in the Hood for them because he was like, yo, I want that hard stuff y'all be writing. Because we used to do mixtapes. We do the hard stuff on the mixtapes because we knew that was going straight to the street. He was like, yo, I got this group. I'm about to come out with this record company called Ruthless Records. I'm going to be a manager. I got this group. Yo, I want you to write a song for them. So I wrote Boys in the Hood and was going to get, I rapped it to them. And they was like, man, what the hell is a 6'4"? and what's ganking and man, you talking about stuff we don't know nothing about, dude. We can't say that. We can't do this rhyme. So Dre was like, yo, won't you do it, Cube? And I was like, I'm in a group already. I was in a group called CIA. He looked at Eazy, he like, won't you do it, man? You got a voice. Your voice is gonna sound good on the record. And he was like, hell no. So we was going back and forth. It took forever to get 2 or 3 lines out. So Dre was like, you know what? Everybody just leave. Everybody leave. I'm gonna work with this dude. So we left, came back later on that night. They hadn't even finished the first verse. I was like, damn, I'm gone. I left again. Came back the next day. They was in the middle of the second verse. Came back the next night. That same night, they had finished the song, and it was dope. Yeah, so that one song was pieced together, but I think as we start doing more and more records, by the time we did the NWA record.
Are NWA really the bad boys of rap, or are they bad rap because they speak the truth about streets of LA? Check out this controversial scene in their video, Straight Outta Compton.
Going off on everybody like that, with bass that's dropping in your face. So give it up, spoon. Ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. Here's a murder rap to keep you dancing, with a crime breaker like Charles Manson. Yo, Dre, what's the sound of my tool? Now you know that I'm about to act a fool. Me and you can go toe to toe, no mate. I'm knocking suckers out the box daily, yo, weekly, monthly, and yearly, until the whole damn world see clearly that I'm down with the capital CBT. Boy, you can't step to me. So when I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck down, cause Ice Cube a damn so down.
Okay, and who's in the Ruthless NWA posse?
Well, in NWA, we got me, of course, Ice Cube, MC Ren, Eazy-E, Dr Dre, DJ Yella, and the Ruthless posse is JJ Fad, the DOC, of course.
Diggy Doc, y'all.
Enough. Got ATL, we got Michelle A, and some new groups that's rolling in. So, yo, we on the
So it's
move.
like a family unit.
Most definitely.
He had done a whole album, that Easy Does It album. So by the time we did the NWA record, he was helping to write. He was writing. Him and DOC was writing some of their parts, like on Fuck the Police. You know what I'm saying? DOC helped him write his verse on that. You know, Ren was helping him. I was helping him. And we was just, you know, doing whatever we could, just like we did on the Easy Does It record.
Oh, yeah, this is my 1200. Oh, that's my homie Jinx, you know. He can leave anytime. He's not a part of my room. This is my equipment. It's kind of messy, you know, but see, that's how we like to work. Picture of my homeboy. Picture of us, me when I was doing the video.
The villain.
Yeah, and, you know, it's just basically a junkie 20-year-old's room.
Oh, yeah, they had some hot records, no doubt. You know, the Niggas for Life album, it had some hot records on there. But then, to me, they had records that went too far, you know what I mean? They, like, pushed it too far, you know, further than I would have.
In terms of,
you know,
content,
yeah, you know, dick sucking records and all that. You know, it's just
don't bite it.
Yeah, you know, it's just in places I think they just
went a little
pushed it too far. I wouldn't have did that album cover. That would have been an argument, you know, with us laid out, police fucking around with the yellow tape and the spirits of us flying off. Hell no, never.
The imagery is just not one that you.
I ain't with that. I wouldn't have been with that. I'd have been out of that cover. I'd have been the only one standing. You know what I mean? So that's when I got on the phone with Chuck D. Because I left the world's most dangerous group, NWA, and ended up just trying to figure out how am I going to get my solo record produced. You know, being naive, I thought Dr. Dre would be able to do it. I thought we'd be able to separate business from pleasure. But Dre, he really couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He really couldn't say, look, you know, we friends, I want to do your record. Even though he wanted to, Ruthless vetoed it. You know what I mean? Ruthless was like, no, that ain't gonna happen, can't happen. So I was like, yo, damn, I still need to have this thing done at a high level. So that's when I got on the phone with Chuck D. I had met Chuck D the summer before that. Chuck D, I looked up to him, so he gave me a lot of advice on, you know, this situation.
Hey.
Should have kept your word, Brian.
Jesus Christ, man! What the fuck are you doing, dude? God damn! I will get you your money, man! Just damn it!
Think I give a fuck about these fucking records? I'll put up these fucking records. This is my shit.
No, I know that, dude! I will get you your money! God damn it, I'm
now
sorry!
Now fuck up your shit.
Look, you got damn it! Just fine.
Take it out what you owe me.
Just...
But I'm leaving Leor Corn office after about an hour and a half, and here come Chuck D up the hall. He like, yo, what you doing here? I told him, yo, I just broke up with the group. I'm trying to get my solo shit done. Chuck was like, yo, come up to Green Street.
Ice Cube had first called Green Street Studios, and I spoke to him on the phone. And I thought it was a joke, because I'm sitting there going like, well, you know, he's got NWA, why is he calling us? And so I thought maybe it was some sort of kind of setup or something. So I said, okay, let me play along with this.
Me and my homeboy Sir Jinx, we went down to Green Street Studios. I started telling Hank Shockley, Keith Shockley, Eric Vietnam Sadler, I'm telling them.
So he came with all this information. So for me, it was more about editing that information down as opposed to having him write to create. So that was the first thing. The second thing was this record had to be different from a PE record, and it had to echo the vibration and feelings of Los Angeles. Every city got their own groove, their own rhythm. And when you think about Compton, you think about, you know, South Central, you know, those guys got their own flow, their own feeling, their own vibration.
And since me and NWA, we had the same associates, I heard that when they heard I was coming to New York, they laughed. They was like, yo, that shit gonna be whack. So when I told this to Hank Shockley, he got a look in his eye.
And Ice Cube had his own vision and his own direction.
Yo, we want to produce some of them tracks, yo. I'm like, how many? He was like, everything. We want to produce the whole motherfucker. So now, I'm happy as a motherfucker.
Because he brought his cousin Jinx out to also help with shaping the idea so it didn't go off track.
Eric Sadler had beats that he played that I wanted, and my man Sir Jinx had tracks that we had already done demos to that we knew was going on the album. So, you know, here we go. We filled up the crates. It was time to leave Strong Island. It was time to go to Manhattan, Green Street Studios, and make America's Most Wanted.
Once upon a time in the projects, yo, I damn near had to wreck a hoe. I knocked on the door. It's Ice Cube, come to pay a little visit to you. And what's up with the...
And luckily for me, that having a ridiculous record library, I can go back and dig and see what the groups that were making records in that area and what that feeling was like.
We was there so long, I remember one time we just stopped and started watching the fight. The fight was Tyson versus Buster Douglas in Tokyo. We saw that fight at 710 Franklin, and we saw Tyson get knocked out, and we was fucked up for a minute. We was walking around, we was in the daze at the studio. I remember while we was over there, Red Man would fall through, EPMD, K Solo. I remember Young Busta Rhymes, leader of the new school, hanging out there.
Payback's a motherfucking nigga. That's why I'm sick of getting treated like a goddamn stepchild. Fuck a punk, cause I ain't him. You gotta deal with the 9-double-M. The damn scum that you all hate. Just think, if niggas decide to retaliate, they try to keep me from running up. I never tell you to get down, it's all about coming up. So what they do, gon' ban the AK. My shit wasn't registered any fucking way. So you better duck away, run and hide out. When I'm rolling real slow when the lights out, cause I'm about to fuck up the program. Shooting out the window of a drop top pro-ham. Well, I'm shooting, let's see who drop. The police, the media, suckers that went pop. And motherfuckers that say they too black. Put them overseas, they'll be begging to come back. They say he promote gangs and drugs. You wanna sweep a nigga like me up under the rug.
So he kind of knew exactly what he was going for and where it was coming.
All right, so I had to go talk to Priority.
Now I'm only telling you what you told me. If America's Most Wanted blew up, you'd pay me the advance for the follow-up. Now is that not what the fuck you said?
That is what I said, but it is more complicated than that, Cube. Right, there are metrics.
Come on, Brian. I got a baby on the way, and a house I just paid for off the strength of what you told me. I mean, you gave me your word.
Cube, would you just calm down?
Calm down.
I am just trying to give you what you want.
You not? Now, Ben did the work. I gave you the product. Give me my money, Brian. When a man does the job, he's supposed to get paid. And you making it seem like I'm begging for some shit that's technically mine.
Brian Turner over there, and he was like, yo, you know, if you don't want to be down with NWA, no problem. You know, we want to sign you solo. We do want you to do an album, this, that, and the other. Right. So that kind of reassured all that part.
Of course you are not begging. And I am not trying to be difficult, man, I promise you.
But you can't help me, right? That's what you telling me?
My hands are tied, man.
I felt Eazy didn't know the business enough. You know, this is how I felt because I remember him coming into it. He came in, you know, kind of wide-eyed. What do we do? You know, I'm ready to do this. You know, I was just mad at that dude because he wouldn't give me my contract. You know, I just wanted, yo, let me see it. Let me take it to my people. You know, the normal stuff you do when you get a contract. Of course. And he was like, I don't know, you know, I can't give it to you. You can sign it, but I can't give it to you. So that was shady. A little mad at E because I felt E wasn't taking the right side. You know, I felt E
he was kind of under his
doing enough to keep me in the group. You know, it was kind of like, yo, this is how it is. Yo, you can live with it or you can get out the group like Arabian Prince, you know, who was the sixth member on the damn album cover. You know, he had left and basically he was like, yo, you know, you can go out and be a flop like Arabian Prince. You know, that was his exact quotes.
Who's the man? Is it some brother in a big hat thinking he can get any girl with a good rap? Rolling in a pimped out Lincoln, leaning to the side so it looks like he's singing into that leopard interior. This brother think every girl's inferior. To his tongue get a dumb girl sprung and she's selling more butt, don't even get a cut of the money. His name is Sonny and he know to play and hope to God that he don't find a runaway that's looking to become a star. He'll have your butt in and out of every car with every Ron and Rick giving up the land quick. Come short of the money, get your butt kicked. You don't like it, but you still call him punk. Last night, the sucker threw you in the trunk. You wanna leave, but Sonny start talking fast, and it make you wanna go and get more cash. He's getting rich, and it's like that. Now ask yourself, who's the man?
So I was talking to, you know, all the people up at Def Jam, you know, was real cool with them. Which was the place where P.E. recorded It Takes a Nation. It's the place where P.E. recorded Fear of a Black Planet. You know what I mean? So me and the homie Jinx, we was hyped up, we was geeked, we was amped, we was ready to go. We had dope beats.
What's your name? And even if you've never heard of him, your kids have. His first solo album, America's Most Wanted, has sold over 1 million copies, and that's just by word of mouth. The radio stations won't play it. Too vulgar, too angry, too violent.
Don't try to apprehend him.
You can't with the criminal. Rapping over gangster shit. First I load the clip and then I make the hit.
Ice Cube sees himself as a social commentator.
Niggas are crazy.
His music is a chronicle of the killings and the drugs and the poverty in parts of Black America.
Yeah, I got it going on. A nigga that's living in the city or the criminal zone. One time can't keep the law in order, because everybody's going crazy for a court.
I like to show the black community, you know, I like to hold a mirror up to them and say, look what you're doing. Look, how can you get yourself out of this situation, or do you want to get yourself out of this situation?
All you motherfuckers in Houston is most wanted.
You sing a lot about violence in the community.
Yeah.
You've seen violence firsthand?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, it's like, yo, out of all the kids I grew up with, at least 13 of them are dead. And that's before they even reach 21.
Up early in the morning, dressed in black. Don't ask why, cause I'm down in a suit and tie. They killed a homie that I went to school with. I tell you, life ain't nothing to fool with. Still hear the screams from his mother, while my man lay dead in the gutter. And it's getting to my temple.
Why is that the only time black folks get to ride in a limo? It makes me so mad I wanna get scandalous and go handle this. But no, I pay my respects and I'm through. Hug my crew, and maybe shed a tear or two. Then I wanna get lit. Grab my 40 ounce, and then I reminisce about a brother who had to be the one and only. So I dedicate this to my dead homies.
You know, I just turned 21, so, you know, I thank God that I reached 21.
The fact is, a lot of black kids don't. The leading cause of death among young black men in America is homicide.
It's like a war on black young males with baseball caps and T-shirts. I'm an endangered species myself.
So Ice Cube wrote a song called Endangered Species.
And it was plain and simple. The 9mm went to the temple.
About what he sees as white police brutality, and about how black kids kill other black kids to settle scores they can't even remember.
These kids out here that's fighting in the street are fighting over stuff that happened in 72. You know what I mean?
One kid kills another kid, his friend goes...
retaliate, boom, boom, boom. Now they lifelong enemies.
Yeah.
And the kids that's growing up, yo, you just know you're supposed to hate them.
You don't even know why at this point.
You don't even know why. It tells from the dark side, it tells from the black side.
You don't think white America cares about what's going on?
Nah.
You really don't?
Nah, I really don't. Not until it started hitting home. I remember I used to be right here every Sunday.
This is home for O'Shea Jackson.
Right here, playing football on the street.
This is where he grew up, a section of South Central Los Angeles where the lawns are manicured and the streets are clean. Looks like a pretty nice middle-class neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what makes it so dangerous, because it's so unpredictable.
What do you mean?
Know? I know a guy that got shot right over there.
Are you serious? It looks like Beaver Cleaver lives up the block there. You know?
Looks like. Beaver Cleaver wouldn't step foot in here after dark.
That ain't the point.
But the real-life victims of black violence and black alienation, overwhelmingly, are black kids themselves.
There's more good kids out here than there are bad kids. And that's what we showing the kids. Yo, put that down, put this up.
Do you listen to his music?
Yeah.
What's the message, do you think? What's he trying to tell you?
Stay in school. Don't do drugs, you know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
It's good.
What do you see when you see a kid like that?
I see somebody that could be molded into either a respectable young man in the community or molded into a person that's in the backseat of a Chevy Impala shooting at other kids.
Some rappers are heaven sent, but self-destruction don't pay the fucking rent. So you can either sell dope or get your ass a job. I'd rather roll with the money.
If the killings continue, Ice Cube and a lot of other analysts with more traditional credentials say young black people could become, if not an endangered species, certainly a lost generation. That's why, he says, it's time to make some life and death decisions.
I'm telling black kids, I said this over and over, to look what the hell we doing to each other and either make a change. If not, all we have is crying mothers and dead bodies. Robert?
We really put our foot in everything we was doing. We was working from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night for about 5 weeks, knocking it out. But these dudes are mad scientists, you know what I mean? When it came to sampling, putting it together, making it sound totally unique. They tried to really make the record, you know, visual and flow like a mixtape. Not like one of these new mixtapes. You know, a new mixtape, all rappers do, they just rap over everybody else's shit and flip it. You know, old mixtapes, you know, where the DJ just kept the music coming and kept it going, and it didn't have these breaks that most records had, you know, which were little breaks in between the records that was a waste of time to me. So I went to fill all that in. And the record was mixed by everybody. He had we had talked on the phone because we had a couple of feuds, you know, with Above the Law out here at the New Music Seminar. We had a little squabble with them, so it was starting to get heated. You know, it was going from records to the street. So me and Eazy got on the phone and was like, "Yo, you know, we need to, you know, keep this from going into the gangbang mode because it ain't no money in that. You know what I mean? We all in here trying to make money.
Mess up all the money.
You know, we gonna kill everything. So tell your people, leave it on wax. I'm gonna tell my people to leave it on wax. And then after a while, it was like not even worth dissing each other. You know, after No Vaseline, it was like wasn't even worth going there.
The
no
deal
more.
after that one.
I mean, if you listen to America's Most Wanted, it's no dissing. It's no. I don't diss NWA. Don't mention NWA. Eazy-E. It's no dissing. And that record was the next record to come out after Straight Outta Compton. Smooth. Yep. Smooth. It's the brother you love to hate with a new song. So what really goes on? Nothing but a come up. But ain't that a trip? They hate to see a young brother rich, but I refuse to switch even though. Cause I can't move to the snow. Cause soon as y'all get some dough, you wanna put a white trick on your elbow. Moving out your neighborhood, but I walk through the ghetto. And the flavor's good, little kids jumping on me. But you wanna be white and corny. Living way out, food go home. Spray painted on your house. Trying to be a devil, that's true. But ask yourself, who are they to be equal to? Get the hell out. Stop being an Uncle Tom, you little sellout. House nigga scum. Give something back to the place where you made it from before you end up broke. Mess around and get your ghetto pass revoked. I ain't saying no names. You know who you are, you little punk. Be true to the game.
Yeah, you ain't nothing but a buster. You know that? I was thinking about getting you the other day, but I said nah. You know, I knew you grew up in the hood and everything, but you don't come back no more, homie. Thinking about taking you out.
Me and Ren was tight. Me and Yella, me and Dre was the masters of producing. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, Dre's a genius. So I had that concept in my head of trying to match the streets with the political tone and trying to tell the streets what the politics are doing to them, and then try to tell the politics what the street think about them if they listening, you know. So that was kind of my formula going into the record, and that's kind of the maturation of what I became as a solo artist.
You better check yourself or you wreck yourself, cause I'm bad for your health. I come real stealth, dropping bombs on your moms, kill car alarms. Doing foul crime, I'm that brother with the Alpine soda 460. Always let tricks know and freaks know we got that endo. No, I'm not a sucker, sitting in a house of pain. And no, I'm not the butler, I'll cut ya, headbutt ya. You say you can't touch this, and I wouldn't touch ya. Punk, you a sucker, here to let you know, boy. Oh boy, I'll make dough, but don't call me dope boy. This ain't no kind of motion picture. A guy your tricker, my homie get with ya and hit ya, taking that yak to the neck. So you better run a check.
So come on and tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah, come on, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Cause shotgun bullets are bad for your health. Jiggy check. Yeah,
that's right.
Jiggy check.
Operator 187.
Yeah, collect call from Q.
Hold, please.
Phone check, homie. Man, wait.
Hello? This is the operator with a collect call from Ice Cube. Do you accept?
No.
Phone check, huh? Sharp, man.
everybody coming up, you know, showing love for what we had done, and it was like, yo, good luck on your solo thing. You know what I mean? I hope it all work out.
Did cats look at you funny when you went back to L.A. after you just worked on a East Coast project? Was everyone with it?
Nah, they was swanging. They, you know, they heard I worked with the Bomb Squad, and I had a record coming out with Chuck D, Public Enemy, Flav was on it. You know what I mean? They was open.
Two legs back, spread them. Get on over there. Get up against the car. Get your legs back there. Go on. Get on over there. Get on the ground. I'm gonna treat you like king. What king? Like Martin Luther King. Like Rodney King. Like all the kings from Africa.
Damn. The bigger the cap, the bigger the pillar. And when dealing with the lynch mob, you got to know steady mobbing is not just the name of this jam, but a way of life. Bound together by brothers that's known to break them off, son. Give it to me.
There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
4 or 5 brothers in a mothership, better known as a deuce, and we all wanna take a hit. From the back blast got 10, trying to get our hands on some dollars and cents, and fools can't hold us. Every chance we get, we're hitting up the road, coming up short of the green cards. And I might start slinging bean pods, or the bootleg t-shirt of the month, with you can't touch this on the front. I'm out to get rich, cause life ain't nothing but money. I hate a snitch. They drop like dominoes, and if you didn't know, Ice Cube got drama hoes. So after the doing, I gotta get up and put on my white uniform. I'm out the door, just as soon as my 11s hit the floor, cause I'm ready to hit the road like Mario and Andretti. Yo, cause I'm steady mine.
You know, I done had a lot of great moments. You know, that's a great moment because my back was against the wall. It was the first time, you know, besides Ice-T, who had worked with Africa Islam.
Let me tell you something. Them motherfuckers roll. There'd be a gang of them motherfuckers. My God, go to the county. Holding that down with 3800 bloods in the line with me. Did I see that, bitch? What up, Ice? What's up? I'm your friend. Red or blue colors of blood, it don't matter. Nine Atlantis is by the jungle. Jumped in that car to the motherfuckers. Host.
It was really the first time a whole album was getting produced. A LA rapper was really getting produced by a New York production team.
When did you then see Eazy-E for the next time? When was the next time you saw Eazy-E after that whole shit went down?
I hadn't seen him for a long time. You know, he had done Bone Thugs. I see Eazy right before he died out here at the tunnel. He was with Bone Thugs. It was a trip. I came with Biggie and Puffy. You know what I'm saying? We had came out and we was all at the club. You know, they doing their thing. Eazy walks up like, yo, what's happening? So we end up just talking for like 2 hours at the tunnel.
Everybody disagree with them, just need a tissue. The folks my only issue. I bet your mama miss you, and I bet the night they go off like an Elvis whistle. No more you whining on the tongue.
Yeah, I'm here. What you need?
Everybody can calm the fuck down from the looks of it. I mean, I was just in the neighborhood, man. I came here with Bone Thugs. I was just coming to say what's up. What's up? I saw Boys in the Hood. It was good.
You ain't call that shit an after-school special?
I like after-school specials, Q. You know that. What's up, man? How you feel? Good? Hell yeah, nigga, I'm good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you right now. Got you. Man. What fucking homies off me then if it's good to see me? You had niggas jump us. God damn.
He was talking about, yo, let's get the group back together. You think you could do it? I was like, yo, you work it out with Dre?
Yeah, what's up? What's poppin'? This is Dr. Dre calling from Chronic Control. Could I speak to the president? Yeah, just tell him he was smoking last night at the club, you know what I'm saying? What?
him, and it didn't happen because a few months later he was sick.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we putting the NWA movie together right now. So,
Oh, really?
as
right.
we doing the script, I'm learning because things I didn't know.
Right,
because I was
you were
away.
gone, right.
Yeah, I was kind of doing my own thing. So
That's my hookup. Well, I've been knowing Jinx since we was like 4th to 5th grade. We've been running around. And, T-Bone, I went to high school with T-Bone. T-Bone played tailback. I played full. Woody came through later, on in life with funky tracks. JD sweated me about a song I did for a nigga named Eazy.
JD was on freebase.
I said,
told the Alpine out the car.
So he came to me and I'm like, I ain't talking about you. Show Dog is JD homeboy, and I hooked up with Shorty, and we
Press is history, baby.
So then your career sort of goes to an interesting place with which album had Wicked on it? Predator. And it was Amerikka's Kill It Will.
No, yeah, Amerikkka, Kill It Will, Death Certificate,
Predator, Lethal Injection. The Wicked took you into sort of a whole different space.
Yeah.
And I remember that video ended up on MTV, and you had Red Hot Chili Peppers in the video.
I get wicked. Ice Cube and touch a chamber sound. Yes, them wicked. If you got the mic and bust up the crown, yes, them wicked. All of them y'all get the sound. My name is Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, we run the town. Wicked. Look at the way y'all lick it. I'm wicked. Look at the way y'all lick it. I'm wicked.
People wanna know how come I got a gap and I'm looking out the window like Malcolm. Ready to bring that noise. Kinda trigger happy like the guitar boys. April 29th was power to the people. And we might just see a sequel. Cause police got equal. Hey, a horse is a pig that don't fly straight. Throw it down gates, but it's Willie Williams. Down with the pilgrims. Just a super slave. We'll have to break his ass up like Super Dave. I'm wicked enough to pull this. Cause now it's sewn to the fullest. Gorilla straight from the mist. But I don't miss when it comes to this. Bring the yellow tape, the white tape. Cause I'm so straight. Through with the picket signs. Take the job and stick it. Bigot. Cause I get wicked.
Did you end up touring and doing a whole different lane of shit when that record came out?
Yeah, what happened was I ended up going on a Lollapalooza tour.
Oh, that's right.
When it was time to shoot the video, I was like, why don't y'all come out and just wild out? I'm about to, I'm going down to this abandoned house. I'm about to tear it up. You know what I mean? Why don't y'all help me tear it up? So they came down. It was cool. It definitely took my career to a different level as far as, music and audience and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Fool. You know how we do it. West side. Coming from the west side. Nothing but the west side. Ain't nothing going on but the bomb rap song. Hitting all night long. Just like me on the black and white ivory. Getting 6 on a T-Delete. You don't wanna see a G break yo yos like dishes. Buster tricks. Sleep with the fishes. Running from Lennox up at Venice. They wanna have me in stripes like Dennis the Menace. But that ain't poppin', ain't no stopping. Faux hopping, ass dropping. Coup de bill, my truth can heal. Fool, I got skills. So back on up, boy, I check that chin. Down and I'm full off hand. You gets no love, and I thought you knew it. Fool, you know how we do it. Coming from the west side. West side, coming from the west side. Chillin' with the homies, smelling a bud. Double park, then I'm talking to Dub about who got a plan, who got a plot, who got, and who got shot. Cause everybody knows that he got the info. Crazy tunes hanging out the window. Fool, I got them bomb tapes, the lynch mob, planet of the apes. I'm down with 8, and what's up? Cam and Solo, they got nuts. When Ice Cube write a sentence, I want the bomb. Just like George Clinton, SKP is down to catch a body, put on knee deep, we'll turn out your party. It gets no love, and I thought you knew it. Fool, you know how we do it. Yeah, that was like doing the Kill at Will time.
Right?
It was between basically America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate.
All right.
You know, Trespass, which was more like a Caper Heights kind of thing, and then, you know, we did Friday, and, you know, that kind of took my career in a whole nother.
The controversy started when Ice Cube went to the studio to pick up Roll It Up, Light It Up, Smoke It Up, a Cypress Hill song for the Friday movie soundtrack.
You know, we play him the song and he likes it. He goes, yeah, that's perfect, you know. Me and Muggs asked him, hey man, you know, we got a couple of tracks from the album, you want to hear it?
We played him a song called Throw Your Set in the Air, and he was like, oh, that's banging, that shit is banging. Can I get that for the movie instead?
They're like, man, we'd love to give it to you, but you know, this is gonna be the single on our album.
He said, all right, cool. So he said, can I hear it again? So we played it again for him.
We played it for him a couple of times over because he wanted to hear it again.
You know, we was kind of like half-ass listen to him, half-ass talk.
The Friday soundtrack was released just before Cypress Hill's album, Temples of Boom. A friend of B Real's heard it and called him.
He says, hey man, did you give Cube the song from your record for the Friday thing? Like, yeah, the Get High song, yeah, we gave that up already. Why? No, the Throw Your Set in the Air thing. I said, no, we didn't give him that. He goes, well, you know, that shit is in his chorus in his song. So we're like, nah, you're crazy.
Yakety yak, don't talk back over a song. Calling up Earl on the car phone. Mac 10 just got out of court, rolling through the hood in the super sport, bumping too short. 18's got the rear view mirrors vibrating and deep dish datings. You know how we do it. Ain't nothing to it but the floss. Overcrowded, Harrison Ross. Cause if you fuck with us, we leave scars. Out of G-Ride cars, living like stars. Might hit the highway on the Vegas run, fool, cause it's Friday. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. If you don't care, oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. If you don't care.
As friends and collaborators, Ice Cube and Cypress Hill served as an example of West Coast unity in the 90s.
I always was down with him, you know, and he was always one of my favorites. And I said, you know, if I'm gonna build my name, I want people to, you know, look at me like they look at him or like they look at KRS-One. Finally I hear it, and sure enough, there it is, you know, the same. It's like some of the words are changed around, but for the most part, the chorus is the same.
Throw your neighborhood in the air. If you don't care, oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. Waving around like you just don't care.
We was thrown back like, what?
3 months later, I go to South Africa to do my movie. Mac 10 called me and say, Cypress Hill is on the radio dissing. I said, what?
He calls me, asks me if, you know, why we're dissing him, and I said, hey man, you know, the guys feel like you snatched up the song.
It was a misunderstanding where they thought that I took one of their hooks and this, that, and the other.
Sitting there telling me that he was, you know, he didn't do it. It's, you know, we're friends and this is hip hop and everything. And I thought, yeah, you know, it could happen. It's hip hop, you know. I said, you know what, let me talk to them. I'll straighten it out.
Everything was supposed to be settled, and Ice Cube asked Be Real to record some vocals for Caution, a group signed to Cube's Lynch Mob Records. But in the studio, there was another problem. LA artists Cam and Solo were also in the middle of a business feud with Ice Cube. Meeting Solo at a Los Angeles traffic light, Ice Cube started a fight.
Knocked him down, knocked him out, woke him back up, whooped on his ass. Somehow his chain fell in my hand. I don't know how it got in my hand, but it fell in my hand. Then all of a sudden his Rolex started jumping off and coming into my hand. I don't know how that happened.
I guess Solo knocked out Cube and took his West Side Connection chain.
Solo, sporting Ice Cube's chain, showed up at a Cypress Hill show at the House of Blues in LA.
Be Real put it on and hold it all up into the crowd. Crowd go crazy. They go bananas off of it.
And we're like, well, shit, let's take pictures with it.
Nigga, you didn't take the chain. Nigga, why you wearing it? What you proving, nigga? How many brownie points you getting for that, nigga? You didn't take it.
Look at that little ass West Side, loped out, insane in the brain. Little homie serving to hit you up with the 2 fingers spread it. The roll that hit and hold that hit. Now you know which gang bang he's claiming. A wild little duck and it ain't no taming. And just when you think everything is calm, that little fool is the first to bomb with the bang. Ding, catch you with the sleeper. He'll draw down and then check his beeper. Rocking them chips and bucks. Getting his little thing hit by the sluts. And really do dirt food, oh please. Little homies are harder than the OGs. You fall to the ground and then bleed. Just got served by little fools on the 10-speed. 12 years old, got drunk and can't pee. A straight killer, a fool, a little ass.
Running for your gun just to save your life. It's just that little ass G. Regulating on these fools on these streets. You know I'm just a little ass G. When I hit you with the shank in the pin, you know I'm just a little ass G. Just a young little brother trying to clock my grip. I'm just a little ass G.
And I heard a couple lines that were the same things I used on the Temple of Boom record. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, that's my line. How the hell is it on this record? I'm like, damn, again? In my opinion, I felt like he saw my reaction, and I walked out of the room for a second to make a phone call. When I came back, the line was gone. And I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, that line ain't there no more. Okay, I know I'm not tripping. So I come back and I have a talk with these guys again, Muggs and Sen. I said, hey, I think he really did take our shit.
Doing dirt at the time, I thought it couldn't hurt, so I became a jacking expert. Looking, scooting up down, cousin shooting up a clown. That fucking pig in the blue suit, that pig sound. Bust the ass copper, point my bazooka at your pork chopper. You passed me a lump just a month back. That's why I got my hand on the pump jack.
The best thing is for everybody to say what they feel and not hold back. I mean, that's the only way you get it through to people is to say what you feel. If you say.
I remember Cube told me, man, these Cypress Hill niggas is tripping. And I said, I thought them was your homies. Cause they was down. And he said, yeah, I thought they was my homies too, but them niggas is dissing.
You know, me, I don't run from no challenge, from nobody. You know, even though we was dogs, you know, I feel like they should be dealt with the worst.
Oh yeah, it ain't over, motherfuckers. These niggas don't understand.
Ice Cube, among the most influential MCs in hip-hop history, was also legendarily vicious in battle. Having defended West Coast hip-hop against Common and others, Ice Cube also dismantled NWA and Jerry Heller in No Vaseline. After No Rest for the Wicked, Ice Cube took aim at Cypress Hill with King of the Hill.
The G or not the G is the question. And like Smith told Wesson, I'm shady with the 380 old school diploma. I leave that ass in a coma. So if you got a herringbone, welcome to the Terror Dome 211. Sorry, reverend. Oh my God, getting robbed. Reach for the small atomic dog. Hard to swallow, janky ass wallow. Count to 10 and don't try to follow. Cause just like Waco, I can take 4 ATF to they death. Bust a left on Western, go and get a room. Don't wanna be a felon like Stacy Coon. Get the right bitch, hit the light switch, here we go. Tap that ass like this, reel it up. Westside Lynch mob. Cause I'm a motherfucking G. Cause I'm a motherfucking.
And it was a pretty good diss, you know. I had to give it up on that one. It was alright.
Dub C, a founding member of the West Side Connection, did not participate in the counterattack.
We was homeboys. So if you notice, Dub C ain't on that record.
Dub told me that he knew them, and that's why he stayed out of it or whatever. 'Cause I don't give a fuck if I know you or not. That's the way I was raised though. My daddy was a gangster, and that's how he instilled that in me. You ride with your nigga. Right or wrong. Talk about it and tell a nigga how wrong he was later, after the fact. But if it's going down, nigga, you gotta ride with him.
Fuck everybody who really ain't really who in our way.
I had never met Be Real, Muggs, Sin Dog, nobody from Cypress Hill. And they was blood. But I was with this nigga, so I didn't give a fuck. The most difficult part about that shit was to say something about Sin Dog. Sin even had a conversation with Cube and said, Cube, man, I remember No Vaseline. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. and we still went on him, because that's how gangster it was at the time. And we didn't know was that a setup or what, so we just covered all bases. Fuck Sin Dog too.
And Sin Dog is so wacky, ain't worth dissing. You niggas need to listen.
After a diss like King of the Hill, most battles would be over.
I already knew about the disc before it came out. I had the lyrics sent to me from unknown sources.
The day after it came out, B just took their beat and killed them on it.
We basically did what Cube had been known to do other people, you know, which is jack their beats and just diss the shit out of them over it, you know.
Give me that beat! Give me that beat, bitch!
We are at war!
Damn! We had one of our boys named LC come on the track, and he sounded like Cube did when he was with NWA.
Ding, motherfucker! It's round 2! I got my lunch and my dinner, fool! You think we gon' bow down to some punk-ass niggas? We from the evil side, boy!
So it kind of sounds like Cube is dissing himself, you know, like a mirror. He's looking in the mirror dissing himself.
Ice Cube, you's an actor, not a motherfucking killer. What neighborhood you from? What don't you ever done? When the shit goes down, you the first one to run. Every time you talk, got a mouth full of trauma. Only missing you done is go to church with your mother.
Ice Cube Killer. We didn't sell it or nothing. We just put it out in the streets. We pressed up like 1,000 copies, sent them to all the DJs.
Like you can't figure out where you from. Are you from South Central, the West Side, or Compton? Mac 10, the only thing you hogging on is Ice Cube nuts. Now it's all in your guts. You wanna be like him, but you got no skills. If he's the king, you must be the queen of the hill.
I thought that shit was whack. That shit couldn't fuck with King of the Hill.
You try to remake NWA with Dr Dre and Ren. Dub's cool, but you fucking up with that 10. Silly little Billy. I'm Black Derek. Can you really see my machine gun carrots? Open and aimed at your fat little frame. How can I miss? I'll twist your cap and take your name, analyze it. My name should be Mac 11. I'm a higher caliber MC. There's no question.
They dissed me at the LA Sports Arena car show, you know, with like 40,000 people there, you know. And then I did some shit in the Bronx on Rap Sheet's pay-per-view where I had his shirt crossed out with a big red X.
Fans and artists began to take sides.
The shit got pretty deep, you know. I had people from his side coming to me, you know, like, hey man, you know, it wasn't right what he did and blah, 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 and this and that. And pretty soon Cam and Solo came to me.
How you like me now? I'm in the mix. It's 1986 and I got the fix with a chicken and a quota. Got the baking soda, let the water boil. Workers all loyal. Dropped out the growth cause my wealth is shorter than a midget on his knees. Now I slang keys, invest my hood with. I'm the Mac and take a nation of millions to hold me back. Too big for my britches and I got now I'm hitting switches. Fools want my riches. Used to get 18 when my G was alive. Now a key is 13. 589's the number. Another summer. Police ain't get no dumber. Streets dried up. Used to think it would last, but being a kingpin is a thing of the past. They tried to blast me for slanging a boulder. Now I got my ass in Minnesota. Got my own crew. It's on brand new. Damn, what can I do?
But I just don't like. I dig Ice Cube. I looked up to him. But because I looked up to him and I studied his style, mastered his shit, I know what he's doing is wrong. His shit ain't selling, so now he's going on the war shit, and he's using us as the gas. He just dropped some shit called Banana. And if you listen to it, you can see he hit him up and was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. Why he wasn't making him bow down when I was in jail? That's what I mean, that's wrong. See, now that's wrong, and I'm not going to let that happen, because then that would make me obsolete. If I let him come back and take, you can't have this. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it.
Amidst the violent death of Tupac Shakur and rumors that the Mexican mafia was getting involved, cooler heads managed to prevail, and the conflict never boiled over.
Somebody gave me B-Real number and said B-Real want to holler at you.
He asked me, you know, so what's it gonna take for you and Cube to squash this? I said, you know, just like you, all he's gotta do is call me and, you know, we'll talk it out.
And I explained to him where I was coming from. Nigga, I don't got nothing to do with it, but that's my homeboy, and I'm riding with him. He said, you know what, homie? I can respect that.
Definitely, there's no beef whatsoever. I mean, when I squashed it with him and I you know, I said my piece, that was it. You know, Mac 10 too, you know.
B-Real and Ice Cube have worked together since, And while their friendship has never returned to what it was, the beef should be remembered as an instance of a business dealing between artists, almost escalating into citywide violence. It should also be remembered as an example of how two sides can come together to settle a dangerous situation.
Now, it's part of the game. You know, when you do a movie, you have to get it distributed. You know, they have the right to release the sequels. And so the way to stalemate is to not release, you know, to do a few and stop. And that's what they did. They did 3 and they stopped. And we've been asking them to get the movie back. Here's why they won't get the movie back. Ride Along, Straight Outta Compton. New Line had both of those movies. They told me both of those movies would not work on a major scale. We took those movies out of Warner Brothers, took them to Universal. You know, so
they worked.
$150 million from Ride Along, $200 million from Straight Out, $250 from Straight Outta Compton.
Mm-hmm.
So we really embarrassed. It was his most recognizable character.
Oh, of course,
So-
one of the most recognizable characters ever.
He embraced being called Debo.
First, what?
Like if you say like that's not his name, but you.
I feel like that's also like a
people call you Craig.
Yeah,
it's like a verb. You could be like, yo, I Debo'd him. You know what I mean? Like
Craig when he first met him. Not Ice Cube.
Wait, who called him Craig?
My youngest son. He came to the house, and my youngest son. He's 28 now. He's a little boy. He just Craig.
I mean, the Craig or Nick from Are We There Yet?
Oh, man, well, look.
Man, that's how young you are.
Do is have fun with my loved ones. Spend $100 on my loved ones. Make a bond with my loved ones. You know, relatives and my cousins. You know, all I wanna do is have fun with my loved ones. Spend $100 on my loved ones. Make a bond with my loved ones. My relatives and my cousins.
I like to get down with my peoples and my folks, my dogs and my lopes, the room filled with smoke. I got these crip niggas talking to the bloods, and niggas ain't spreading slugs, but spreading love is the thing we do since 92. What's the use of you killing me and me killing you? We at the picnic off the liquid, we the illest in town and nobody gets sick. Heard these freaks don't get along, cause one hair is short and one's long. But dick don't care about no hair. What you talking about? We can't work it out when you with me, nigga. All the drinks on the house. All I wanna do is have fun with my loved ones. Spend $100 on my loved ones. Make a bond with my loved ones. My relatives and my cousins.
What you wanna do?
All I wanna do is have fun with my loved ones. Spend $100 on my loved ones. Make a bond with my loved ones. My relatives and my cousins.
What they hitting for, Q?
Oh, you wanna pay the price? I'm like poltergeist when I get your dice. I make them do things, man. I got the method like Wu-Tang. How you niggas change it like mood rings. So we should kick back on the 6-pack. Where them bitches at? With the 50 yak.
Oh, they went to get some food too.
I know the people that you came with and hang with, but who's you?
They call me Show Chop. I'm the nigga in the bathroom with the 2 bitches in the dough lot. I know you famous and I must be buzzing, but can't nobody give head like your cousin. All I wanna do is have fun with your loved ones. Spend $100 with your loved ones. Make a run with your loved ones, your relatives and your cousins.
What you wanna do?
All I wanna do is have fun with your loved ones. Spend $100 with your loved ones. Make a run with your loved ones, your relatives and your cousins.
Love me, homeboy. I ain't fucking with no niggas that don't love me, bitch. Fucking with y'all motherfuckers. We through with the bullshit. Kick rocks, nigga. You with that bullshit. Kick rocks. All I wanna do is have fun with my loved ones. My relatives and my cousins. Connect gang. Connect gang. Put it down like this. Put it down like this. And never ever miss.